What is it really like to drive around with the top open on the Jeep Gladiator? Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Robmotive JT. So what is it really like to drive around with the top open on the Jeep Gladiator? You know, I know the big attraction for the Jeep, of course, is the top off feature. And of course, we have the front part here that typically has the freedom panels on it. You can pull the freedom panels and drive around with what is probably equivalent to, and even better actually, a panoramic sunroof over the top of you. But there are some disadvantages to it. Let me set the stage for you first off. It is a sunny day, bright sunshine. It is 86 degrees outside, and it is rather humid, rather uncomfortable if you're just sitting out in the sun. So that's the setting that I'm in today. So first of all, we're gonna roll the windows down. We're gonna go full windows open, just to let you guys kind of see what it's like with the windows open. And then we're gonna pop the top. We're gonna put that back and we're gonna drive around on some side streets, 30 miles an hour, 25 miles an hour. And then we're gonna hit some 55, 60 miles an hour. Just to kind of give you an idea, if you're thinking about a Jeep Gladiator, and you don't have any experience with top off driving, what it's really like. So first of all, I'm just on a 30 mile an hour road. We're gonna go ahead and put all the windows down. There's the front too, and it might get a little bit loud, so I apologize if it seems like I'm yelling at you. I'm not, I'm just trying to make my voice heard. Here goes the rear too. Okay, 30 miles an hour, I'm actually going 41. We've got everything down in here. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. Now I'm gonna jump on a 55 mile an hour road. We're gonna get up to speed and I'll let you see what it's like, and pay particular attention to my long locks to see if they're blowing around. I know that's a big indicator and a big concern for a lot of people out there. Here we go, we're gonna get up to speed. Won't take long in the Gladiator. You know, the 0 to 60. Here we go, we're up to 50 right now. And you can hear the wind, I'm sure. Hopefully it's not drowning me out. We're now at 55 miles an hour. So we're cruising 55 miles an hour with the windows down. This is what it sounds like. It's actually not too bad. You can look at my shirt, for example, to see if it were blowing around. And it's really not moving too much, a little bit. So that tells you that I'm not getting bombarded with wind with all the windows down. Now, just for kicks, let's put the rear two up, because I don't know how many people drive around with all the windows down. Yeah, maybe. Okay, we've got the rear windows up, and that does increase the amount of wind that's coming in here a little bit. I can feel more around my head. No, my shirt's not moving too much, so it's not really too bad. So now I'm gonna pull off. We're gonna put the top down, just the freedom panel area. We'll see how that is. Okay, we've pulled off. I'm gonna put the top down. We're gonna start there. So let me show you. It's really pretty easy to do. There's just a couple of little clasps here, whatever you wanna call them. You just move the one down, and then the other one down, and then you just kind of grab and throw the top back. That is pretty simple. I don't know how it gets much easier than that. And you'll notice I'm now bathed in sunlight. So we're gonna take off. First we're gonna be on I guess a 45 mile an hour road. And then we'll hit a 55 mile an hour road. I'm blinded by the sun. First thing that I notice, the sun is coming in right through the top of the roof, and that's going to be pretty unpleasant. So here we go. Driving at 40, man, that is bright. It's coming in right up above me, right in at eye level. So number one, I'm not digging this, but that's okay. How about the wind? We're at 46 miles an hour, and you can see what the wind is like now. Just going at 40, 45 now. I'm going to go ahead and put the front windows down so you can hear what it's like at this speed. Here we go. Now we've got the windows down. I'm not sure how much buffeting the camera's going to get. I'm hoping not a lot, but this is what it's like with the front windows down. Let's go rear windows. Again, this is at 46, 45 miles an hour. Actually, putting the rear windows down makes it better. It kind of lets the wind just go through, so there's not quite as much buffeting right now as there is with the rear windows up. So that's what it's like at 45. We're gonna hit a 55-mile-an-hour road here in just a second. I'll let you hear what that feels like. Taking off onto a 55-mile-an-hour road. Still have everything open as much as it can be without the top being all the way off and the doors off. But we're going to accelerate up to 55. All right, we're at 55 miles an hour now, and I've got all the windows down. You can see it's not too bad with the rear windows all the way down. Let's go ahead and put the rear windows up. You probably noticed the increase in volume when I did that. We're still traveling at 55, but there's a lot more buffeting, especially on this side, coming in and hitting me in the head. Let's put all the windows up now. Okay, we've got all the windows up, and I'm getting that kind of helicopter effect, where that you get when the air pressure is weird. I'm kind of getting that. Nice breeze over my head, though. That feels good. One thing that I do want to mention, too, is stoplights. You know, when it's 86 degrees and humid and you're sitting in maybe rush hour traffic or a stoplight with that sun beating down, particularly in your eyes or right on your face, it gets kind of hot. Not that I'm complaining about it or anything. It's just the way that it is with the Jeep. So now I'm going to head off to a 30-mile-an-hour zone. Let's just see what that's like. Okay, much more civilized on a 30-mile-an-hour road. I do have, obviously, the front windows down. The rear windows are up. And this is probably how I would drive it. Now, I want to clarify something. I am not complaining about it. I got a Jeep for a reason. I do love having the open air, the open top, and I gotta say, if I was out, in a woods somewhere or trails or whatever, nothing beats being full off with everything off, the top, the windows down, or even the doors off if you're so inclined. That would be an awesome feeling. I've been in Jeeps like that before. I have not taken the top or the doors fully off of this Jeep, but it is an awesome feeling and nothing beats it. Just be prepared that if you're looking for daily life, like maybe commuting back and forth to work, and here's that sun again, and there's nothing that gets rid of that. You'd have to put the top up. And who wants to drive around like this, Not my idea of fun. But it is quite bright, and if you're all dressed up for work, maybe you have to wear a suit or a tie. Yeah, tie's going to be blowing all over the place, and it's going to get hot. Unless you're moving or live in a cooler climate, it's going to get hot. I remember once, years ago, I bought a Jeep. It was a two-door Wrangler, and I liked it. And I had told the guy when I first went in that it had to have air conditioning, right? So he takes me out in the Jeep. We're driving around. I'm looking for the air conditioning. And he says, oh, this doesn't have air conditioning. You don't need it in a Jeep. Well, that's a bunch of BS. This was my only vehicle. I was going to drive it back and forth to work. And I had to dress up, dress pants, dress shirt, tie, the whole 9 yards. Could you imagine if it was, 85, 90 degrees outside and pouring down rain? Like, I'm going to drive around with the top down, right? Got my dress clothes on, it's pouring down rain, and I'm driving to work with the top off. So, is air conditioning a must? Absolutely. I don't know why you'd ever buy a Jeep without air conditioning unless you just never have to drive anywhere if it's raining. Who knows? Okay, there's what it's like to drive around with the top open on the Jeep Gladiator. Just wanted to kind of give you guys an idea for anybody who doesn't have one or maybe considering getting one, what it's really like. Me personally, I love it. Leave a comment, let me know what you think. Do you have one? Do you drive around with the top open? Do you never open the top? I'd be curious to know. Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.